Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rossa Anjalina. My SID is 33190077. I want to make video for my hair. And for the link one is about what you didn't know about language barriers. This is a natural human phenomenon that any normal child born anywhere in the world is capable of learning any language that he or she is exposed to. At first, we all learn language because we have to. As human, we are designed to learn language just like we are designed to walk. So you have to spend the whole evening hearing it every time, 3 times, and even taught you to that you could speak English and Russian perfectly. You are starting to feel confused and frustration, and you are desperate for the couple of minutes of alone time just to think whatever language you choose to think in. But there are a lot many language barriers that I want you to know. Linguistic relative in the field which asks the question of the relationship between language perfection and the tough. The core theory is called the deterministic theory. It is scientifically proven, and it states that the language you speak shapes the way you think and influence your behavior. For the link number two is what makes you special. People were unable to see a successful librarian or a millennial with the sharp wit and the kind heart. Everywhere we went, realized that the people to saw a poor girl in the wheelchair, they were unable to see anything beyond that. After fighting with like a warrior, I can thankfully that today my sister is walking and has the recover beyond anyone's expectations. People with the physical or neurological difficult environmentally impacted communities, immigrants, girls, boy who want to dress as girls with fails, women with have been sexuality, and athletes who have been their knee as the sign of the protest, black, white, Asian, Native American, my sister, you or me. Well, if you look at my story for behind, born if somewhere different to belly dancing in the high school to telling stories you wouldn't normally see on TV. What makes me different is what has made me stand out and be successful. And to end, I want you to make take the sticker, that pieces of the paper and you wrote down what makes you different, and I want you to celebrate it today and every day. Shot is from the rooftop. I also encourage you to be curious and ask what is one other people pieces of the papers. What makes them different? Let's celebrate that imperfections that make us special. We are all the quirky and the unique, and that is what makes us wonderfully human. For the link number 3 is about the first 20 hours how to learn anything. Feeling stupid does not feel good. In the beginning of the learning anything new you feel really stupid. So the major barrier is not intellectual, it's emotional. But put 20 hours into anything, it only takes 20 hours just to try for the learning curves. So what the research actually says, if I spend a lot of time here and GSU library is the cognitive psychology stuck cause I am a geek. And when you actually look at studies of the skill acquisitions, you see over and over graphs like this. And for the next is research. Here's what my research says: to 20 hours you can go from knowing about nothing about any skills that you can think of. If you put 20 hours of focused, deliberate practice into that things, you will be astounded. 20 hours is durable that you about for 50 40 minutes a day for about a month is, and for the next one is this contracts. The first is to deconstruct the skills, decide exactly what you want to be able to do when you are done, and then look into the skill and break it down into smaller pieces. Most on the things that we think as the skills are actually big bundles of the skill that require all sort of different things. And for the last one is how to play song. Maybe you wanna play song. I know one of the things when I was ready to actually start practicing was I looked in the online database and the song books for how to play song, and they say, okay, ukulele you can play more than one string at a time, so you can play chord that's cool, you are accompanying yourself, yeah, you. And when I started looking at song, I had a ukulele chord books that had like hundreds of chords. So while I was doing my research, I found wonderful little middle of pop songs by a band called Axis of Awism. And what Axis of the Awism says is that you can learn of you can play pretty much any pop song of the past 5 decades if you know for chord, and thus the chord if G, D, A minor, and C. And for the fourth link is about how to achieve your ambition goals. Novak Djokovic, he first became a professional tennis player. He was ranked 680 in the world. It was until the end of the third years that he jumped up to be ranked 3 in the world. From the kindergarten all the way through to my high school graduation, yes, high school graduation for me. Every one of my report cards basically said the same things. I'm going to make a marginal adjustment, and I'm going to stop being a spectator of the decisions making and start becoming an active participant. For the one is making the right decision. You have to break in the big ambitious goals down into these more manageable decisions, and the types of decisions that need to be made correctly along that way in order to improve the odds of achieving the type of outcome to desire. For number 2 is read for 50 books in 2009. In years I got really ambition for the guys who still to this day cannot settle down and the focus of anything for the more than 10 or 10 minutes up at the time that was to read 50 books. For the 3 is massive boulder, so I keep going with bigger, more ambitious projects that frequent to more engineering skill, so I keep going with the bigger, more ambitious projects that would require me to work with new materials like fiberglass and wood and metals, with culminates in the project that is currently at TMC here in Tucson's, where I represent the children in hospitals. So he started making bigger granny squares. So one day I come home from a business trip and I have got this really large granny, and I went to the website of Guinness and I was curious what is the word largest granny squares. For the last week links is it's okay not to not have the plan. Someday you must have seen the video of this song online, and I will tell you the story of how I made it. As eventually, over the years, he realizing that this was actually something that he likes doing, and he stuck to it. It's been 10 years now since he started acting, and Amisha Patel now is history in his life. So like they say, like happen to you when you are busy planning other things, and I learning this the very hard way, but you cannot make everyone happy. What you can do however is make yourself happy, and that is very very important. You be brave, have the faith in yourself, figure out the makes you happy, and you gotta do it. Thank you.